Hi, my name is Brandy and I want to talk to you today about your cupcake entry for the fair. The cupcake entry requirements include the use of a standard styrofoam cupcake dummy, which comes in a standard white wrapper. I'm going to discuss your options for icing, how to load a piping bag, and some decorating techniques to get you started. Our first option when we think of icing is buttercream. That's the standard. It tastes great, it works great for decorating, but for the fair it's not a good option because it requires refrigeration and it doesn't last very long. Royal icing is a great option because it can be flavored, it can be piped into many different designs, it dries hard, and does well for a long time on display. Often if you go to a bakery and you see cakes pre-made in a design off to the side, like you'll see wedding cakes, they will have been done in royal icing because that icing lasts a long time. The other option would be fondant, which can come in marshmallow fondant, which you might make at home, and rolled fondant, which you might purchase at the store. Both are great options where it can be flavored. It is a great option for making designs that are molded into place. It works very well, much like modeling clay. Today we're going to discuss specifically how to use royal icing to make your cupcake designs. I will give you a recipe that is quick and easy to follow. Let's make our royal icing. For our recipe, we will need 4 cups of sifted powdered sugar or confectioner sugar, 3 tablespoons of meringue powder or egg white substitute powdered, 5 tablespoons of water, and the flavoring that you choose to use. Your flavoring does need to be clear in order to not affect the color of your icing. Your utensils that you will need are a scraping spatula, a mixer beater or paddle, a sifter, a large bowl, a stand mixer or a hand mixer, and we need a little bit of white vinegar and a paper towel. Before we get started, you need to wipe down all of your instruments with a paper towel wet with white vinegar. This helps to remove any excess greasy residue that might be left behind on your utensils. This is very important. Do not skip this step. If by chance you have any greasy residue, your royal icing will not set properly. So I have gone ahead and started. I'm sifting in my 4 cups of powdered sugar. This is my final cup here. I'm going to toss it in. This is very important because if there are lumps in your icing, left in your powdered sugar, your icing will be clumpy and it would be very hard for you to push it through the end of the tips on your piping bag. Almost done. The bag that I was using was already opened, and that's very important, especially to remember to sift those bags. As you can see, I have a few lumps left behind, and those would have caused some serious problems in our icing. So our powdered sugar all sifted in. I'm going to add in our meringue powder. I went ahead and pre-measured that, and it's just a powder. Toss it in with my powdered sugar. I'm going to give it a quick stir just to kind of incorporate the two. I'm going to hook my mixer bowl onto my mixer, add my paddle attachment, some power. Get ready. Now I'm going to turn my mixer on and I'm going to drizzle in the water as it starts just to get it incorporated. After I get the water put in, I can then add in my flavoring. And you can do a teaspoon to a tablespoon, depends on what your flavor is and how strong you want it to be. At that point, your mixer will go for about 7 minutes with a stand mixer in order for the icing to lose its sheen and start to form petals around the outside of the bowl. With a hand mixer, it may take closer to 10 minutes. So, see you when I'm done. My royal icing has gone for about 7 minutes total. 2 minutes in the initial mixing stage and then about 5 minutes on medium to high speed. I have now got petaling around the outside edge and my icing is no longer shiny. I'm going to take my scraping spatula and do a quick scrape down and turn it back on for about a minute, minute and a half to let it finish incorporating. Now that my royal icing is all mixed up and ready to go, I have scraped the sides of the bowl so it brings it all back together. Now I'm going to wet a couple of paper towels to lay across the top. They don't need to be soaking wet, they just need to be damp. That helps keep moisture in your royal icing so that it doesn't dry out before you're ready for it to. I'm just going to just lightly cover the bowl. Next, we will begin working on our piping bags. Today we will be using a disposable plastic piping bag. This is great for royal icing as you note that it's never been used and it does not have any greasy residue left behind from previous buttercream. We have two different ways to attach our icing tips to our piping bag. We have large tips which would be inserted directly into the piping bag into the bottom, and to do that we would just drop it in, squish it all the way out to the end so we can get a feel for how long the bag needs to be. Now these are complete cones, so we will need to snip the end in order for the icing to come out. Take our scissors and we will score about a third of the way up on the tip. Push our tip back, we should be able to see where we scored, and then we will trim that off. Put our tip back in the end. It should always clear the design of the tip, but you don't want it to come so far up that whenever you squeeze that it shoots the tip out the end. The second option is a coupler and a ring, and they fit together on the tip. This is inside the bag, this goes on the outside, and then the ring over the tip and screws into place. To do this, we will insert the coupler directly into our piping bag, all the way down to the end. Use our scissors to score. Scoot it back up. Make our cut, and then push our coupler back into place. Your piping bag should be right at the top of the threads on the coupler. Put your tip on, insert the ring over top, and whenever you screw this down, it will be holding the plastic in place inside the threads on the coupler. It's nice and secure. This should not wiggle, and it should not be able to be pulled out. Now you're ready to fill your bags. Our icing is made, and I've scooped off a little bit into a separate container so we can apply some color and loosen up the consistency just a little bit. We have some options as far as colors go. We have a scoopable gel. We have a drop food coloring, and we have a squeezable gel. All of these are available at your grocery store or your local hobby store like Hobby Lobby or Michael's. Today I'm going to use the purple in the squeezable gel. Now, for this, you don't need a whole lot. I'm going to take and make 1 drop. That might have actually been a little more than I need. Let's see what it looks like. Turned out to be a nice lavender color. You can always add more. It's a lot harder to lighten it up. Okay, to loosen our icing up, I'm going to take my palette knife and into a small bowl of water and just dip a tiny bit of water on the tip of it and put it in here. It doesn't take much to change the consistency, and going too far, making it very thin, will make it runny, and we don't want to make it runny. We want it to just be smooth, easy to maneuver around in our bowl. See, it's a little looser, it's nice and soft, it's smooth. This will work nice for most of our decorations. Now to fill our piping bag. I have the large star tip on in my plastic bag. Going to open it up, and I'm going to turn it wrong side out. Make sure it's good and open. I'm going to scoop into it. Like this. Using my finger and my thumb to pull the icing down into the bag. Continue until it's filled. I'm going to push the air out, so we don't want air bubbles. And I'll test it over my bowl. Perfect. We have our icing made and our colors in our piping bags. Let's get started on our practice. We can use our styrofoam cupcake. I have put a piece of saran wrap over the top, and I'm going to tape it in place so I don't get icing all over my cupcake, my styrofoam cupcake. And I can use it a couple of different times. Just a piece of Scotch tape. And now I have a surface that I can scrape off and start over again. Or I can take the saran wrap off completely and set it to the side. Another great option is to make a icing board. This is simply a baking sheet and some art paper. I trace the outside of my cupcake. That's a 2.5 inch circle, and I'm going to cover it with parchment paper. Now, parchment paper comes on a roll typically, so it'll be rolled up. You want to put the rolled side down so that it curls around your board rather than up. You can tape that in place on the sides if you'd like to keep it from moving around on you. And I'm going to do that. This is a great way to get some good practice in, especially filling the full size of a cupcake. You could make any design you wish, but we definitely want to make sure that we're able to cover our whole cupcake. So I'm going to use the large star tip, the 1M, and it's inserted directly into the piping bag, and I'm going to practice covering my entire cupcake. Hopefully this will let you see kind of what I'm doing. My piping bag is held at a 90-degree angle. We're going to make a star in the center of our cupcake design, and then I'm going to, I could make stars all the way around to fill the top of the cupcake. I could even come back on the same cupcake, and I have a kind of an orange sherbet color with a star tip on it as well. I could come back and make a little star in the top. And if I had any openings, I could fill in there as well. Just depends on what your design is. All the way around. We could also do the signature swirl that you see on cupcakes. That would be a star in the center, and then we could swirl around it out big, and then we would come up and release your pressure at the top to make a nice swirl at the top. There are lots of different designs you can do, and all of it is based on the tip you use, the consistency of your icing, and the pressure you use. So we can do all kinds of designs, and it really is only limited to your own creativity. Now you've learned a few basics: how to make your icing, load your piping bags, color your icing, which tips to use, and how to use them on a practice board. We've discussed how to cover your styrofoam cupcake and saran wrap as an option as well. And there's always the best option, is trying it on a real cupcake that you get to eat. Yum. Enjoy and have a great time making your cupcake for the fair.